So the whole purpose of this little trip here is to actually give Camille an actual show of how living in Taiwan actually is. Because as some wise woman once said, there is a difference between knowing something and understanding it. And hopefully, once we are done with this little adventure today, Camille will actually understand the beauty of living here in Taiwan. Camille,
yes.
First impressions of Unsen Waterfall hike.
It's absolutely gorgeous. It's stunning. It's just so incredible that we're actually not that far from Taipei and we have landscapes like these.
Actually, on her way over here, I asked her what has been the toughest thing with living in Taiwan so far. And you said?
The heat, the humidity, the weather.
The heat and the humidity. So then we planned what should we do this weekend when she actually has a few days off school as well. And she said, I don't really care. I just need something with water because the heat is killing me. And generous as I am, I start the day with 1 hour scooter hike under the heating sun, and now it's like 45 minutes of hike until we get to the waterfall. But I promise both Camille and you that once we do get to the waterfall, it will be absolutely worth it. Yeah. It's so loud. It's unbelievably loud, especially considering how small these creatures are. Non-stop sound.
It's so cute.
And then you hear the waterfall in the background. It's just amazing. It truly is the sound of the life here in Taiwan. Is this your first waterfall in Taiwan? Second, where have you been before?
In Wulai.
I guess we'll see then in just a few seconds here if Unsen Waterfall will beat Wulai Waterfall, at least in the eyes of a French Canadian who has been in Taiwan for a few months. Okay, I know that we are actually on our way to a waterfall, but it seems like the waterfall has already started because it is raining a little bit now. But just as Camille said when I told her that, just so you know, it's gonna start raining today, she said the rain will just add to the entire adventure. So now, according to her standards, we have even more adventure here in Taiwan. What do you think?
That is stunning. Absolutely.
And now we finally made it back to the scooter as well. I know it's hard to believe, but actually only one of us went into the waterfall because I thought that I did not want to get wet today. I prefer the 50-50 rainwater and sweat instead of pure waterfall water. But I hope Camille had a good time.
I had an amazing time. It was absolutely amazing to just be able to plunge in cold water again. It was lovely. I didn't know this much about this specific waterfall. I had no idea of the scale, how impressive it was going to be. So that's definitely something that surprised me a lot when we got there, to just be so impressed with nature and the beauty of it. That's exactly what the difference is, I think, between seeing it in pictures or in videos and then actually seeing it for yourself.
I don't want to ruin the rest of your day, but I have to say that Unsen Waterfall is actually my favorite waterfall in Taiwan. But we do have one more waterfall left on this trip, which, according to myself, is not as great as this one, but still 100% worth to check out if you are traveling on a scooter around here in Taiwan. At least that was the plan, but it turns out that there's been a landslide here in Shaolai. So we had a huge rock, but no bridge. So we could actually not reach Shaolai Waterfall. We at least get to see it from the top.
Oh yeah, it was absolutely beautiful as well.
It's super nice.
Still worth it. Totally
Still worth it. you still know a lot more about Taiwan than I do. But have you learned something new today about Taiwan?
Oh, interesting. How practical scooters are. To be honest, that's one thing. The convenience of Taiwan in general as well, just being able to find food and shelter pretty much everywhere. Even when you think you're in the middle of the mountains, there is still always something that you can do, something to eat, somewhere to sleep.
We started this video with the purpose of showing you, in this case, 2 waterfalls of the beautiful Taiwan. Which one is your favorite? Unsan Waterfall or Shaolai Waterfall?
Oh no! I would say the first one we did today because we can actually go and swim.
Yes.
And that to me is worth a million waterfalls.
Prozzy once told me that there is no waterfalls in Canada. How about a Canadian waterfall and a Taiwanese mountain?
I've never been to a Canadian waterfall, so Taiwanese mountain. There's nowhere for the water to fall from if there's no mountains, Lucas.
You have like Niagara Falls. Come on, man.
Oh, that is a nice waterfall.
You literally have like the world's most famous waterfall. Come on. Except Niagara Falls.
Exactly. So if we want to go take a swim, it's more going to be in lakes, rivers, etc.
If you get to choose Canadian waterfalls or Taiwanese waterfalls?
Well, I mean, in this case, of course, Taiwanese waterfalls, because once again, the accessibility here is absolutely great.
I do feel like we have different definitions of the word accessibility. I kind of regret that I brought a semi-professional hiker with me on this trip today. Exhausting. She was like, oh yeah, the view of Shaolai is breathtaking. And I was like, the stairs of Shaolai is breathtaking. Is this the furthest away you've ever been from Taipei?
I would say so. Yeah.
And now you've been here for 4 months?
Yeah, in my apartment. These guys are just
so loud. It's unbelievable. I don't understand. We're like a kilometer away from the nearest person right now, and there's only like crickets and frogs, but I feel like I have to shout.
We feel very accompanied right now.
Exactly. Oh my god. So loud. Sorry.
And as we mentioned in the live discussions as well, people here are just very welcoming in general, so it helps a lot with integration. Heat and humidity really is for me what is the most difficult to adapt to, because I am not used to these climates. I am used to like cold.
Yeah, like right now, I mean, as you can see, the sun is like comes and goes, and it gets like super sunny.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can actually adjust this a little bit. And it's been like 32, 33 degrees like the entire day, so it's super hot. At this point, I don't know if it's still the rain or just like my sweat, but my t-shirt is just like super wet right now. In the first video, I promised you that I'm gonna take you on some scooter adventures, and in this case, it's waterfalls. I hope that this experience, this trip, has been as you imagined it to be.
Oh, totally. I love scooter rides. I honestly didn't expect to like it that much, but scooters are just such an amazing discovery. Yeah. Totally. So thank you for taking me here.
2 of my absolute best things about Taiwan: it's scooters and waterfalls. Because I'm sure we have waterfalls in Sweden, but you never see them. I never seen a waterfall. What has been the absolute best thing today? If you can only pick one thing.
Plunging in that water.
Yeah?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Jumping into the waterfall? Jumping
into the waterfall. I really had missed being in the water. So, and I think it's the first swim I had here.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was really excited, and it was up to my expectations and beyond with this amazing scenery. So yeah, that first plunge and just feeling the cold water was absolutely stunning, a beautiful experience.
I don't think that's a Taiwanese thing to like swim in these waterfalls. Like first of all, a lot of Taiwanese people never go out and explore Taiwan. They just like stay in.
Yeah, that's often like that in our own home countries. You rarely explore. Same thing for me in Quebec. I don't feel that I went out and explored that much. Whereas here it's like I want to see everything and go everywhere.
Exactly. So I feel like a majority of Taiwanese people, they stay in like the cities and like they never leave like a night market basically.
Yeah.
So first of all, a lot of them would never go and visit a waterfall. But then it was so funny. Like I was recording you jumping into the water.
Yeah.
And then I just like pan my camera, and then I see like 3 Taiwanese people sharing like one umbrella, looking like just like miserable, eating like mangoes. And I was like, that's like the most Taiwanese thing ever. They take a scooter in the middle of nowhere, they walk for like 45 minutes to a waterfall, and they just like stand there and they eat. That like it just describes Taiwanese people so much. They will go out and
It's
just eat.
precious.
You know?
That's really precious. So it's like sharing like this space together and like this
Exactly.
little moment of close. I think it's adorable.
Exactly, that was great.
Yeah.
I think it's a really good way of showing how foreigners and Taiwanese people are both enjoying the Taiwanese countryside in two completely different ways.
You're right.
It really pictured very well.
Yeah,
actually.
that's interesting.
So we did some scooter, we did some hiking, kinda, and we did some waterfall and some swimming.
Yes.
What should we do next?
Anything related to water in this heat, I am willing to do river tracing. Would be
Wow.
absolutely, it would be a blast, I'm sure.
Okay, it sounds like she already has some plans figured out, but I think that would be another video. So if you want to see that or our next adventure going God knows where,
Somewhere.
please do remember to subscribe to this channel and of course like this video to show your support, and make sure to also share this video with someone who may not have already been at Unsen Waterfall or Xiaolai Waterfall. Thank you all so much for watching. My name is Lucas. Starts with L as in like, ends with S as in subscribe. Please do both, and see you all in the next one.